Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Nanny Joanne. So you've been watching a few of my videos and you're starting to get a little interested about being a nanny and the responsibilities and duties that come along with that role, and you're asking yourself, do I think that being a nanny is something that I might be interested in? What do I need to know before I become a nanny, and what can I expect from being a nanny? How do I know if this is actually for me? On today's videos, I'm answering all those questions and more. So if you think that you want to try to be a nanny and you want to get your feet wet, but prior to doing that, you want a little preview of what it's like to be a nanny, stay tuned and make sure that you watch till the end. All right, so as a nanny, the first thing that you should ask yourself if you want to pursue this as a career or as a summer gig is, do I have patience? And I know patience is a very generalized term, but you must be aware that children will definitely try your patience. They're just like non-stop chatterboxes. They say everything under the sun. They put together words that don't make any sense, and they look at you for an answer. They ask you,
why is the sky blue? Where do rainbows come from? Do you believe in unicorns?
So many things and more. And if you don't have the patience to deal with
the whys,
then being a nanny is not for you. Just because you have 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, or 4 kids, honestly, they're all draining emotionally, physically, and mentally. So you need to come into this line of job knowing that I need to acquire or work on my patience, because I'm dealing with little people who have no idea when to be quiet, have no idea what personal space is. They have no idea why they are living. They have so many questions about everything: dinosaurs, cars, spaceship, the stars, the solar system, the grass, rainbows, imagination, animals, like so many questions. It's draining just talking about it. So make sure you have high energy levels and that you have patience, because you're going to need it. Another thing that I would ask myself prior to becoming a nanny is, how are my communication skills? As a nanny, you're going to need to communicate not only with the children, but also with the adults, the parents that you're going to be working with, perhaps neighbors that they set you up on play dates, their teachers, their extracurricular activity guidance counselors, all these people. And you need to make sure that you are absorbing all this information so that you can then relay back to the parent what's transpired during the day or what the teacher said, and you need to be the messenger basically. Also, when it comes to the parents, you need to have your communication on 100%, like perfect, because if something happened during the day, you need to tell the parents. But if you're like, oh wait, what was it that happened? I think they were playing to, I wasn't really looking. Yeah, I think she stubbed her toe and then she was picking at it. And then, yeah, I don't really remember what happened. Sorry. No. Or if you need to ask for a raise, or if you need to change your change your hours, or if you're starting school, or if they're doing something that you don't like, you need to have superb communication with these other people who aren't just children. Now, having a car or license isn't a requirement to being a nanny. However, be aware that you may have to drive places. So do you have a vehicle? Do you have a license? If you work in a big city, if things are walking distance, you're, cool. You don't have to have that. But if you're going to be a nanny and you're going to be working in these more suburban areas, that's something that you should consider, having a car or a license, or at least having your license so that you can drive a family vehicle if they have one to offer you. Being a nanny comes with a lot of responsibility, and it also comes with a certain kind of emotional attachments, kind of, if you will. So are you loving? Are you caring? Are you empathetic? Can you console a child? These are children, they're little people. They need affection, they need love, they need attention, and you as a nanny will be like their parent when their parent is not there. So when they run up to you and they're sobbing or they got a boo-boo, you need to, play that motherly role. Hey, are you okay? Oh my God, I saw that you fell. Does it hurt? Oh, let me give you a hug. Do you need a hug right now? Come here, let's hold my hand. We're gonna cross the street. Oh, I know that makes you really, really sad when your brother takes away your toy. But, in the future, what can we do? Just be consoling, be affectionate, be caring. You don't have to suffocate them, but you do need to have some kind of loving characteristic to you. Kids have an enormous amount of energy. So, are you an active person? Now, you don't have to be hitting the gym 5-6 days a week for 3 hours a day, but be aware that as a nanny, we spend a lot of time chasing these little kids, walking, running, on bike rides, on scooter rides, going to the zoo, going to the pool in the summer, going to the beach, going to splash pads, thinking up of games that will help them be entertained and help them expel all this energy. A lot of kids, they don't like to play by themselves, so they may ask you, hey Joanne, can you play with me? Or hey, put me on the monkeys. Or hey, can you push me up here? So just keep in mind that you can't be lazy, for lack of a better word. You can't be lazy if you're going to be a nanny. Like, I know we've seen the nannies who are not fit, who just are couch potatoes. However, honestly, those don't last that long, especially as the children get older. They're going to need somebody who can keep up with them. Being a nanny, you're not just like sitting back, hey, George Lopez style, stay where I can see you while you're watching TV. No, maybe that'll fly when they're babies or crawling around, but as they get older, they're going to need somebody active. Do you take direction well, and are you an organized person? Now, a lot of these parents, they're going to tell you what they expect, what they want you to do, how they want you to do it, and they're going to have these kids involved in a bunch of extracurricular activities that's for their benefit, and honestly for your benefit too, because it breaks up the day nicely. So can you keep track of Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, soccer from 4 to 5, then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, they have art from 12 to 3. Can you keep a organized calendar of their activities? I personally jot down in my notes, in my calendar, with reminders and alarm clocks. And I have it color coordinated for the boy, for the girl, for the times. And I literally write down so-and-so on Mondays and Tuesdays, they have ballet followed by art. And I have a 30-minute reminder prior. And that way I don't forget. We get busy, we'll do arts and crafts, or we'll be eating, or we'll just be playing outside or something. And it's like, oh my God, what time is it? We have to go. That can all be ameliorated by having reminders and being organized on your phone. You don't want to have these kids signed up for activities, and because you are kind of aloof, the parents, they lose out on that if you guys are like 15 minutes late, 30 minutes late, or you guys all together forget about the activities that you have to go to. So don't be forgetful. Stay on top of it. Stay organized. Now, being a nanny also, most of the time, being a nanny does not pay on the books. So are you okay with not being paid on the books? There are some benefits to being paid on the books and some cons to being paid off the books. I will make a separate video about that, so stay tuned for that one. But back to that. Are you comfortable with being paid cash? Cash is king, but sometimes if you want to buy a house, if you want to have a paper trail, it doesn't really help you out. Unfortunately, as a nanny, it's not the most stable job. There are nannies that I personally know who have been with the family for like 11, 12 years. They started when their firstborn was a baby, and then they were together when the child became 6, and then the mother got pregnant again, and then 5 years later, the kids like now 11 and 5, and then another baby came up. So you can be with the family for a really, really long term. Or you can start with a family who the child is 3 years old, be with them until they're 5, they start kindergarten, and now they only need you for part-time. So be mindful, being a nanny is not a steady job. It has on average, let's say a 4 to 5 year span, and then you on to the next, unless they keep popping out babies. Or they appreciate you, and they know what they've got, and they're willing to pay for you, even though they may not need you full time, but they'll find things for you to do during those hours. Like, for example, my kids go to school half day. So in the morning, there's no kids. but I run errands, I'll do their groceries, I'll do their laundry. If there's a dog, I'll walk the dog. So they'll find things to keep you busy, or if not, they'll just have you there and they know, I don't really need her right now, but I'm going to pay her because I know her worth and I don't want to have somebody who I can't depend on. So I'm going to pay her no matter what. Those are really good families. My last couple of notes here to ask yourself if you are ready to be a nanny is, are you okay with perhaps working long hours? Sometimes, over here on the East Coast, a lot of people, they commute to New York and they have to be on the 7 a.m. train and they won't come back till 7 o'clock at night. Are you capable or willing to work 50 plus hours a week? That's not the case with every job, but that's something to consider. Or on the flip side of that, are you okay with only being part-time and then having another part-time job that together those make up a full-time job? Also, as a nanny, our responsibilities are not only kid related. Sometimes we're going to have to do laundry, clean the home, clean up after the kids. Sometimes the parents will ask you to empty out the dishwasher, to vacuum and sweep and mop and make sure that their bathroom is organized. So, along with your responsibilities of watching a child, also know that you may have to clean and be kind of like a household manager. If any of these questions bothered you, like, ugh, I don't want to be cleaning anybody else's toilet, or ugh, I am not a people person, or oh my God, I don't want somebody telling me what to do, or like, oh, yeah, I'm not very organized, or like, oh my gosh, I thought I would just be able to like stay in the house and just, watch the kids play. I don't want to be at the zoo walking around. It's so hot. Like, I don't know how to swim. I don't want to be at the pool. I don't want to be at the beach. Yeah, I'm not very loving. Like, I love dogs, but like kids, oh my God, they poop, they stink, they talk so. If you answered no to any of these questions, go back and reflect and really think if this is something that you want to pursue. Or on the other hand, if you said, I have no issue doing any of those things, that sounds great. I don't mind being paid cash. I don't mind, moving from family to family. I don't mind giving kisses on boo-boos. I don't mind somebody being this close to me all the time in my space, smelling their breath. If you don't mind any of those things, then I think being a nanny might be for you. But of course, think it over, sleep on it, because you don't want to be that nanny who takes a job and a month later is like, yeah, it's not what I thought it was going to be. I don't really like this. And then you leave that family hanging. Don't be that person. Be a person of your word. I'm not saying to stick it out. Like, if you got to go, you got to go. At the end of the day, it'll be beneficial for you and for them. But that's why you should think about what you're getting into, because honestly, when it comes to kids, they're priceless, and these parents are depending on you to make the right choices and to be there for them. All right, guys, if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Don't forget to like my video, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, please, and stay tuned for more nanny tips and tricks from yours truly, Nanny Joanne.